Hello, movie lovers, and welcome to my movie review for the Batman vs. Superman Blu-ray extended version. And it even comes with a reversal side for those of you who like Superman. But for me, it's always going to be Batman. But anyways, that being said, let me go on ahead and get into this review. First off, I gave the original cut a 4.8 out of 5 because of the sloppy editing that it did, and it didn't really do a good job setting up why these two people should be fighting. Now, with this one, you have so much of a better outlook on this movie itself because number one, you have the reasons why they're fighting. You also have Lex Luthor who's pulling the strings on the both of them, just like in the original cut. And the 30 extra minutes actually adds in a lot of flavor to it. And when I mean by flavor, I mean this. You have the stuff that happened in Africa. The stuff that happened in Africa was not explained that well. We didn't see any of the bodies that was being burnt or anything like that. All we saw was Superman going on ahead and killing that other guy who was a terrorist and saving Lois Lane. And then all of a sudden they wind up talking about the people that were killed in Africa. Then it goes into the woman that is in Africa and everything, saying that he destroyed the villages and all that other stuff. And yet again, we didn't see anything. With this one, we actually get to see everything come in full circle with that scene, and it actually adds a lot to the movie itself. And I feel like this is the better version of the movie that should have been played in the movie theater. I don't know why on God's green earth that the studios decided to go ahead and chop this movie into a 2.5 hour movie. To me, it was perfectly well done as a 3 hour movie. We have plenty of 3 hour movies. For example, we have Casino. That was a 3 hour movie. I don't know why they couldn't do it with this movie. But with that being said, this movie is everything that you wanted in the original film. Then you also have a lot of stuff with the Daily Planet with Lawrence Fishburne telling them, look, I'm getting tired of you covering the story with Batman. With Batman, I'm tired of it. I wanted you to cover sports. And even though that was in the original cut, we actually get to see more of Clark Kent being the reporter and everything than being Superman. And that's something that they didn't really do that well on with the original cut at all, because all we saw was Perry White just saying, look, you need to stop covering Batman and everything, and you need to focus on sports. But with this, it actually centers around him being a reporter and actually being Clark Kent for a while, and then it goes into him being Superman. So I thought that was perfectly well executed. Then you also get into um, the dark side stuff. And to me, the dark side stuff was pretty awesome. It actually covers everything that wasn't covered in the original cut of the movie, and I also felt like I felt like they didn't do a very good job at explaining anything. As a matter of fact, I had to do some research on Darkseid because yes, I am a comic book reader, but I don't know much about Darkseid. But he can manipulate people's minds, and I felt like maybe Lex was being manipulated with mind control, and the reason why he was like woo, kind of kooky and everything was because of that. But that's just the way I'm thinking and everything and speculating. But if you guys know a little bit more or whatever, feel free to comment below because I want to know what your guys' thoughts are, because that's what the best thing is about film lovers, is discussing and speculating movies with one another. Then I have to actually go into the whole entire fight sequences were perfectly well done still. That wasn't choppy. Then you also have to go in with the Flash. Everything was self-explanatory and everything. I thought Ezra Miller did a very good job at being the Flash and everything. For a cameo appearance, he did a fantastic job at doing that. And therefore, I have to actually say, with the extended cut, it actually explains the dream sequences a lot better. And then, as far as everything else goes, I mean, it even explains the whole entire thing that happened over at with the governor and everything of Kentucky. And whenever that explosion happened, she was about to actually pretty much tell Superman, look, Lex Luthor is the one who's controlling everything. That other woman was paid off by LexCorp to lie on you. And before she even got a chance to do anything, well, you know what happened. But I thought it was perfectly well executed. Everything was perfectly well done. I have no complaints at all about this movie. I give this a 5 out of 5. And if you haven't seen the Blu-ray extended version, I highly recommend that you guys check it out. Because it makes you appreciate this movie even more as a comic book fan and everything else. If you didn't like the original cut, please check this out. Just please, because I'm telling you, you're going to be glad that you did. So, with that being said, I'm going to go on ahead and sign off on this one. But I'm actually going to be talking about some of the trailers that got released today. So I'm going to talk about Justice League. I'm going to talk about Wonder Woman. I'm going to talk about the new Suicide Squad trailer. Everything is just trailers today. So basically, I'm going to be covering just those things after this video. So please, comment below. Don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And until next time, bye-bye.